we're continuing to utilize the helicopter and other aircraft in service to documenting what is happening in the airspace, lasers. I'd mentioned drones. I mean, drones have become an effective vehicle for at least testing the space and seeing when there are anomalies, when there are disturbances. We are going to be using, I think, some more advanced techniques as far as deploying sensor technology in looking at the spectrum. The 1.6 gigahertz and other frequencies in the noise floor that has been documented and unusual that attends a lot of this experimental activity, I think we'll be able to better analyze and hopefully seek out patterns that may provide insight. So not to get wonky, but I think you can expect to see, in the same way you've seen a progression since season 1, for example, or the first year that we brought on Dr. Taylor and we started a more aggressive experimental activity, there's a progression that I'm observing right now that will continue in the months ahead that I believe will yield incredible results. It's inevitable. Although I have to acknowledge, Shawn, I don't think we're in control. With all humility, we are not in control. Whatever we are dealing with, whatever we are interacting with at Skinwalker Ranch appears to be several steps ahead of us and has such advanced capabilities that it's important that we address it with humility and reverence. I think a lot of this is being revealed because it wants to be revealed. And I know that may sound hokey, but I believe that certain things are probably being manifest and shown to us as a result of our stewardship and working to sincerely engage the phenomena.
I'm just curious. I have an idea.
Bring it up.
So I'm going to throw it out there. Have you guys used water at all? Have you seen the? I'm sorry, I forget the name, but the phenomena above the triangle. Have you seen it rain, snow? Have you tried to put water on it to see if you can maybe get some type of a shape to be revealed?
No, I think that's a great idea. I think using smoke, using other approaches. I mean, we're trying everything. I mean, when you saw a flamethrower being employed, you know that we're trying to think outside of the box. But I think that's a great idea. I think using water is going to be probably an important approach. I like it. Anything right now, whatever we have to do to understand the anomaly above this triangle and above the ranch, and whatever we can do to, in a responsible way, engage the phenomena and understand what is happening, I'm all for it.
I would love to see that.
But yeah, it's going to be fun.
I can't wait.
It's an exciting process. Sometimes frustrating. I mean, there are days, sometimes weeks, where it seems like nothing is happening. There are experiments that are conducted, elaborate experiments, that at first glance seem to yield nothing of interest. And then upon further review, interesting things are identified and brought out of the data. I think it's important for all of us to realize that our senses, what we see with our eyes, what we hear, we're only taking in a very small percentage of the overall spectrum of activity that is happening around us. And I think using the right type of analysis, equipment to analyze the environment and increasing those capabilities will be more important in the future. It's kind of like you have to have the right lens to see this through. And we may be applying the wrong type of lens. There may be an approach that will suddenly reveal everything on the ranch, or at least make it more clear. Peel back the curtain so we can see who the Wizard of Oz really is. And I'm prepared for the truth. I don't really care who or what it is. I just want to understand the nature of it and what we are dealing with. I can handle the truth, even if it's a foreign adversary. Let's say, for example, let's speculate that this is some foreign adversary, that it's another country that is somehow using the basin and this area as a testing ground, and they're testing all sorts of advanced technologies, in service to warfare in the future, whatever. Identifying who those actors are and how they're using that technology and how it works. Tell me that that's not important. I mean, from a national security standpoint, what we're doing out there is extremely important.
Yeah.
In bringing my Omnitech team on board and having them engaged. They're out there right now. As we sit here speaking, they are present. They are on the ranch with the team conducting research and experimental activities. They've said, look, if this ends up being another country that is somehow deploying these kind of technologies that can manipulate GPS on command, that can literally manipulate closed systems in this fashion and create all of these type of effects and anomalies, then we have reason for concern.
Yeah. No.
In fact, I find that more terrifying. If there's a bad actor, a known adversary that has access to technology and is using this as a proving ground, the implications are staggering.
Yeah. This just popped in my head when the UAPs flew into the mesa and then out of the mesa. Are these solid objects? Do you believe they're solid objects, or is this some type of
good question. What I saw looked like a solid object. So the UFO that I saw above the mesa looked like a solid object. In fact, it had kind of a reflective property. I remember those, with even the witnesses mentioned that, it seemed to be a very solid object with reflective properties. I remember the sun going down on the other side of the property, and it seemed to be reflecting. The UAP that you're referring to, the most recent that came down from the sky, dropped into the mesa in the East Field, and then seconds later is seen exiting the base of the mesa below the helicopter.
Yes.
It is definitely transmedium, or what people refer to as a transmedium, unidentified aerial phenomena. Is it solid? Does it take solid form when it exits? Who knows? The nature of these objects, of these technologies that are being deployed, it's elusive.
Yeah.
But it definitely has an impact on the instruments. I mean, when we see some of this activity occurring.
Hey everybody, I'm Shawn Ryan. Click here to subscribe to the Shawn Ryan Show YouTube channel for the hottest and most compelling interviews that you will not see anywhere else. I've also made a playlist of all the previous SRS episodes so they're easy to find. You can find that right here.